All right, what's up with the people?
I didn't have to go to the state hall.
I'm going to share a lesson with you that I shared with one of my sons. I have a son named Nico Elijah. And he went to Wagenheim Junior High School. I also attended Wagenheim Junior High School. That was a difficult school for me. I was kind of almost tossed to the military immigrants, right, in that regard. I guess there are military immigrants all over. Here's what it is. A lot of people in the Navy get overseas brides and all this other stuff, going to these villages, bring girls back. That was common. That was one of the things, that was one of the rewards for going into the military. Anyway, Mira Mesa is a military town. It's right next to Miramar Airfield, right? It's Murimor, the Murimasa, right? There's nothing a weird ass dummy with bleached tips and, you know, there's nothing this person can teach me. Now, maybe there are things he can teach you. Just know that he follows me, right? And he's not welcome in my school. He's not welcome in my class. He's not welcome in my house. Now, he might be welcome in other people's houses, right? But he's not welcome in my house. Can you dig what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave that right there and continue forward with what I was saying. So, one time my son came home to me, like he was failing miserably in school. He had straight F's up and down his report card before a woman, his mother, who tried to ruin my life, you know, this is your son, you need to take care of him, right? So she basically abandoned that boy, right? But she didn't abandon him because I'm his father. So I took him in, and that was never a problem for me. But when he got with me, everything changed, right? He became muscular. He started getting A's and B's in school. I mean, religiously getting A's and B's, right? And he would say, oh, my father, he tried to make it seem like I was treating him so horribly, when that wasn't the case at all. His mother was letting him run wild. But that's besides the point, right? I want to keep this short and sweet. So one day he told me that he was being pestered by a fat kid. He a mixed kid, half black, half white. You know, his mom was a single mother or whatever. And this kid was trying to push him around and try to bully him, right? And I told him, like, you know, that kid is jealous of you, obviously. You know what I'm saying? There's something going on right there. You know, just don't communicate with that person. So one day, he ended up in a confrontation with that kid in the principal's office. I had to go down there and make the damn principal give that kid in-school suspension, where he sat in the administration office, right, with the counselors and the vice president in the office to do his work, right? Because she just flat out suspended him, and I wasn't having that. I had to go up to the school, and I told her, well, if you're gonna suspend my son, then I'm gonna charge that other boy with assault. And she was like, you can't do that. And I told her, yes, I can. I absolutely can have that little boy charged with assault for assaulting my child, because he put hands on my kid and touched him first. You see what I'm saying? And like forced him to have to defend himself. And that's how he ended up suspended, right? Well, basically, she's like, well, there's a zero tolerance policy and there's mutual combat and all this other stuff, right? And I told her, well, the bottom line goes this: if that kid assaulted my child and you're gonna suspend him, I will have little dude arrested. All this stuff happened, right? So then maybe 3 weeks later, a month later, this kid comes to me And he's like, my friend needs a ride home from school. Can you give him a ride home? And I said, yeah. So I went to give him a ride home from, the kid, a ride home from school. And it was the same kid that he was in a fight with that month before. Right? Now you hear this weird ass weenie face clown, Sabir Bey, right? I will convert my friends to enemies. Convert my friends to enemies. And that I always chuckle when he says that, because my son will say clearly, my father pounded into my head, not violently, right, but repetitiously told him, right, that you do not allow these people to get close to you, start shit with you, start fights with you, get you in trouble, and then turn around and say, yeah, we're friends. Because that's that nigga shit to the core, right? You know what they say? When we first met, we didn't get along. We was about to fight. We was about to kill each other when we first met, but now we're friends. Nah, anybody who wants to do some shit like that is jealous of you and wants the attention that you get from whoever it is they get the attention from. Or they want to seem in line or in league with you because obviously you're more powerful. You're doing better than them in whatever way, shape, or form. Now that's a serious black problem. When I tell you it's a black problem, I tell you it's a black problem. Because people would treat you like shit until they find out that you're the man. Or they find out that you're talented. Or that girls, he got all the girls or whatever it is, right? Then they become jealous, right? They'll do anything they can to get near to you, right? That's like when you're a rapper and you're famous, or any entertainer will tell you, like, weird ass people approach them like, listen to my tape or whatever it is, right? And sometimes they get tired of that shit because some of it really is not, it won't go anywhere. It's not quality to them or whatever it is. And some people just don't want to be pastored. That's their occupation. Like, it's a trip. But you got people like this. It's a flea, right? It's a fucking sand crab. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they do. They try to mirror whatever it is. Like, so if I went out this door and started acting like a fucking dumbass, right? As long as people were paying attention to me and showing me love, this clown ass, whatever he is, right? He'll do it too. Now, one of the things I highly don't respect about this person is what he's doing right now. That's the same thing he was doing when his child was begging for his attention, right? It's the same thing he was doing when he got a phone call. Now he'll want you to feel sorry for him, like, oh, here's the earbuds, and it's still got fluid on it, and and my Cash App. The reason I don't do this, what they're doing, is because, first off, I'm not into plagiarizing. First thing first. Second thing second, he's not teaching anyone anything. He's showing people stuff that is already there. It's common damn knowledge, it's common sense. In fact, if you go through my timeline and you look at all of the photographs that I posted, you will see that this person that we're viewing on this channel on YouTube can't teach me anything. They're all working together, right? They act like they're against each other, but they're not. They're secretly working together on that Travis Smiley black radio station, Philadelphia bullshit. And they don't want war. They definitely don't want it outright and out front, because that's not the way they get down. What they do is they're something like cancer, right? These are people that need your sugar to thrive, right? They need your proteins to thrive. If they want to be Arabs or whatever it is, and that's their religion or that's their culture, why can't they do that shit in the desert? Why can't they seem to rebuild their fallen empire? Why can't they seem to rebuild their sandcastles? Why can't they go there? I mean, there's sand everywhere. Concrete is like 90% sand. Concrete is 90% silica. So why then could they not just go to Sandland and build their castles? It's funny. It's interesting. It's ridiculous. So anyway, no person who's my enemy is gonna convert me to their friend. I don't want to quote Cardi B, right? But I will say one thing she said, right? If you beef with me, we beef forever, right? And unless I made the decision myself that you weren't aware of what was happening, or you didn't have malicious intent when you was doing what you was doing, or whatever it might be, then I could possibly, empathize with whatever, or sympathize, right? And simps and imps are trolls, right? But I might be able to accept that you made a mistake, right? But when you do the same shit over and over and over again, I'm talking about every day for 10 years, or every day for 5 years, or whatever it is. When you do that, it's not a mistake. That's who you are. That's what you do. Don't be scared. Pick up that shit. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff he does, he approaches people who won't punch him in his mouth. You see what I mean? And good for you. I mean, if that makes you look hard or makes you look tough, most people been done trying to look hard and done trying to look tough a long time ago. But if that's still where you are in your mentality or whatever it is, then fine for you, right? Whatever is the backlash, right? When that flying guillotine severs your head, right? When that inquisition pops, when that inquest happens and you get your head chopped off, right? Well, don't blame anyone. Don't blame me for it, right? I'll let you know, I'll let you know multiple times that you've been nothing to me, and you're not anything to me. In fact, like I said, so you're beneath Taj Tariq, right? You're under Taj Tariq. Now you talk to him crazy. You definitely be talking to them old people like you're hard, like you're tough, right? To them old ass senior citizens. That is what you do. Right, you be bullying senior citizens like, oh, support me, and what Judge Joe Brown, and he said, you're weird, and not good weird. You're not wired either. You're one of those people. When I tell you the way I grew up and what the people I grew up with, they wouldn't have, if they did try to get you and wasn't able to finish that, they would have got your ass again, and got your ass again. And got your ass again. And got your ass again. Until your ass got. If you don't believe what I'm saying, what you could do is you could look up certain people. Look, I'll tell you what to do. Look up the gang injunctions in San Diego. Look up the gang injunction against very specific hoods in San Diego. And see what you see there. Right? Is you talking to crowds that they're not going to do nothing. That ain't going to care. Right? Even it is what it is, and I'm gonna leave it like that. But straight up and straight down, the kind of person that thinks that they could start shit with somebody or argue and act all weird to somebody and then eventually they're gonna become their friend, that's deviant weirdness. That kind of shit gets people killed. Unfortunately, that's the way a lot of black people act, like they met each other or got to know each other by testing each other's skills and fucking with each other and seeing who's tough and who's hard. And then when people end up dead in the street, they want to wear t-shirts and they want to be like, oh, well, rest in peace this person, and what happened with that person. And you know what happened. It's the behavior of that person right there. Look at him. He trying to show the one eye. He trying to, oh, the miseducation of the Negro. Like, I don't like Negroes. I'm trying to tell you. I'm like you. I don't like them. we are the head of them, and they are beneath us, right? And then he tried to show you the one eye again while he got on the fake little Russian cap, right? Because what I posted earlier today, right? They're gonna show you all the books from the damn Harlem Negro bookstore. The Negro in our history. All these books came from the Negro bookstores in Harlem. You see what I mean? He can try to show one eyeball all day long. What is he saying? Is he clandestine or has he been initiated? And then it doesn't matter either way. I'll tell you how you know he hasn't been initiated. Because he runs his mouth constantly. He's constantly trying to tell somebody a secret about a secret about a secret. You see what I mean? And it's a trip. Now, that's neither here nor there. That's not terribly important. I'm just telling you, you have to pay attention because these people are strange. They're weird. It's like, oh, he's mixed. He ain't black. Until you're successful, then it's like, oh, he's one of us. He's black. He's one of us. He's one of ours. Why are you trying to take him from us? You see what I'm saying? And by that point, whoever it is don't even want to fuck with these people no more. Right? They don't even want to be around them. Mostly because they know what they went through to get away from these people. Right? So now, motherfuckers can sit down there with them if they want to. I'm not going to do it. Eventually, you're supposed to grow out of that. Eventually, you're supposed to learn to not mess with jive, turkey, poop butt motherfuckers like this. And it's unfortunate because it's like, oh, it's hip hop, guys. That makes it even worse. It's like, oh, we're hip hop. We're this, we're that. It's the revolution. We're revolutionaries, and this music represents of the struggle and all this other kind of shit, right? Then you want to bring the brothers of the struggle into the situation, right? You want to bring the bosses out. Association for Negro Life and History of Incorporated. I would never in life go to a publishing company like this, and I wouldn't put my material in no Negro bookstore. But let me tell you what these people are doing. They're following my everything, right? And what they're going to try to do is turn me into their black hero, right? Whether I want to be or not, because they know that what I do is real. It's legit. It's the truth, right? They can't let go of that. You see what I'm saying? However, they want to profit from it. They want to profit from it. They want to make money from me and my life and my story and my talent and all of these other things. And these people that you see, these people we're seeing, I'd never work for them. I promise you. Like certain people, if they offer me a record deal right now and I have problems with who certain people and their staff was, I would not sign it. Period. I would not work with them. I would not work for them. I promise you. If I seen certain shit, I would just straight up be like, nope, no one nothing to do with you. Right? That's right now. I'm telling you, KRS-One could call my telephone and be like, I'll take you to Africa Bambaata's house, and I would not care. Right? He could call, leave a message on my line right now. Like, I'm going to fly you to MC Hammer's crib. And I would not go. And I would not give a shit. Right? Because these people are what they are. You see what I mean? And they don't stop being that. Right? These people don't do shit but run their mouths. Right? So ask this ampersand, right, why he don't take his ass to the Moorish Negro place and build a whole bunch of sandcastles. right? Why they're not adding water to the silica and whatever else it takes to make that quickcrete and building castles for themselves in the marshlands or in the Arab lands or anywhere else. Matter of fact, why haven't the Arabs sent this person a plane ticket and offered him a villa somewhere or offered him a house to live in the United Arab Emirates or one of these places? Why those people ain't taking care of him? Nobody's taking care of that person, right? The government, the U.S. government is taking care of that person. Sabir Bey, he definitely gets a handicap check. That's why he's like, oh, they blew my leg open with an elephant gun and blah, blah, fucking blah. Okay, he probably gets disability. And that same Uncle Sam that he's talking shit about, the same government he runs his mouth about, right? That's the same government that's putting food and water in his daughter's face, in his daughter's mouth. Not only that, whoever he lives with in Long Beach, right? He's somebody's roommate. Like this, y'all really listening to a person who, and I don't want to say it like that because people, you can find a person who's valuable anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Who has something, has truth in them. You can find them people all over the place. However, persons like this, their character is constant. It's not a Philly attitude. It's, oh boy, is a butch. And not only is he a butch, but I would definitely call him that F word too, because he definitely, that's his behavior pattern. He's that F word behavior pattern. You see what I'm saying? And I don't mean homosexual. I mean the F word. You see what I'm saying? You guys need to learn what things mean. The F word does not mean homosexual. The F word actually is a word that describes fascists or fasci. However, that's besides the point. Suburber is an F word, you know what I mean? F-A. And then he wanna be what he wanna be. You see what I'm saying? Do you get it? Right? So I'm gonna leave it there. Now, if you let a man tell you, or as a man, oh, we started as, I convert my enemies to friends. You'll never convert me to Jislam. You'll never convert me to Jislam. You wonder why you can't convert me to Jislam? Because I already chopped it up with lamb already. Right? I already chopped it up with the Lamites. In lamb. You know what I mean? In Islam, I mean, you can't budge me, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? For real. You can't convert me to Islam. You can continue to try to offer me virgins. Right? You could continue to try to offer me all these things, but I don't care about that. The same as tell you the whole wide truth. You in a picture with Jammer, the guy from Oz, the prisoner, right? Jameer. I don't care about that neither. Right? You could show me 1,000 people from the Hindu temple of hip hop or whatever the fuck, and I won't care. Right? I don't care. You don't seem to get it. Like, and honestly, much of that stuff is played out. And the only reason why I'm even tapping back into it is to give certain people an opportunity to correct their left. Period. You know what I mean? This picture don't mean shit to me neither. You can take pictures with anybody and show them to people. I could take pictures with anybody and show them to people. I could kill a motherfucker and be in a picture with them from 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So none of that means anything. People like him, that where I'm from, like they try too hard. They're always trying to prove, it's like, oh, do you know this person? Do you know this person? Do you know this person? All of that shit is played out. It's your reputation, right? Your reputation is gone. You can show pictures of people who have reputations greater than yours. But the bottom line is, what's your reputation? What are you known for? You're known for sitting on the internet when your child was bleeding out after your child told you basically that they was trying to kill him. And they was trying to kill him because of you. And you sat on the internet. You wasn't even accepting phone calls, right? It was like, and then you turn this shit into a story to ingratiate yourself, to make yourself seem like somebody. Like, oh, then I went down there, y'all, and I seen him laying there, and they tried to call you over and over again. He tried to tell you like they trying to get me, and you were too busy trying to play Nation of Islam, I know this nigga and I know that nigga on the internet. Now, you need to grieve and deal with your problems, right? You need to accept that you're probably not fit to lead anybody anywhere but into the casket. And that's real talk.